The Indian Army has foiled a major infiltration bid by the Pakistan Army at the line of control in the Naugam sector near Baramulla. 2 Pakistan Army Commandos. This is what the Army suspects, that they are commandos of the Pakistan Army. 2 of them who tried to infiltrate under cover of darkness and with cover fire given by Pakistan Army. They've been killed in the Naugam sector at the line of control. This exchange of fire between the intruders and the security forces continued through the night. So 2 intruders suspected to be Pakistan Army Commandos have been eliminated. We have the name of one of them. Sources telling India Today, one of them is Nayak Anwar, and his funeral prayer will be held in Pakistan. The bodies have now been recovered. One of them has been identified as Nayak Anwar. The intruders were wearing Pakistan Army uniform, regulars uniform. They were carrying arms with Pakistani markings. The intruders were backed with heavy cover fire given by Pakistan Army from 2 posts using both mortars and rocket launchers. The Army continues to maintain a strict vigil. What is the cause for serious concern? What were the recoveries? IEDs, pistols, assault rifles, hand grenades and incendiaries. Petrol bottles were recovered from these 2 killed intruders. Were they planning an Uri 2.0? Remember, in the Uri terror attack, the Pakistani terrorists had used some kind of explosives and incendiaries, and they set some camps on fire. Tents were set on fire. There were 19 fatalities on the Indian side then in the Uri terror attack. Fortunately, another terror attack was averted by alert soldiers of the Indian Army at the line of control. Now, just yesterday in the Samba sector, there was an attempt on an army unit. Some terrorists tried to open fire. The army retaliated, responded, and the terrorists had fled. But this is a major success for the security forces at the line of control. I want to quickly cut across to India Today's Kamaljeet Kaur Sandhu, who joins us with the latest. Also, Hamza Amir joining us from Pakistan. Kamal, what more can you tell us about this foiled infiltration bid and the army saying that these appear to be Pakistan Army regulars and commandos of the Pakistan Army?
Well, Gaurav, you're spot on. They were both Pakistani Army regulars. One of them has been identified as Naik Anwar. The prayers will be organized in absentia. But remember, Pakistan has been at it, and we've seen there's already been a Fidain alert in Jammu and Kashmir, and we've seen in the past 3 years, whether it is the Sunjwan attack, whether it is the Lethpora CRPF attack, whether it is the Pathankot attack, there have been regular attacks near the New Year's. So very clearly bleeding India by 1,000 cuts, and specifically with these 2 armed men. It was 9 December when there was a lot of and when the army, the 19th Division of Indian Army retaliated. This is obviously near the Lipa and the Chikoti area in Pakistan. Obviously, there was a heavy retaliation from the Indian side. 2 men were killed. Now they've been identified as the Pakistani Army regulars. So very clearly, whatever talk about peace and Naya Pakistan, we know that this is only for the book and the pen and the paper. As far as oral evidence is concerned, remember, Imran Khan may be speaking peace, but nothing seems to have changed much, especially at the line of control, especially at the international border.
Stay with me. I also want to bring in Sushant Sareen, who's a noted strategic affairs analyst, a keen Pakistan watcher. But before that, Hamza, what can you tell us on the Pakistani side? What we are being told by our sources is that one of them has been identified as Nayak Anwar of the SSG, and there is some kind of a prayer in absentia that's being organized for him. Will Pakistan accept the bodies?
Well, Gaurav, for till now, we don't have any statement from the Pakistani Army regarding this particular incident. And even if that so happens, I'm seriously unsure that Pakistan is going to take any ownership of these people who have been killed on the infiltration from the line of control into India, because this will not go in favor of Pakistan when it comes to, the line of control infiltration. Pakistan does not own that. But definitely it needs to come through official officers of the ISPI and the Pakistan Army. And till date, till now, there is no official statement or any word from the Pakistani side on this part.
Sushant Sareen, does Pakistan accept bodies of its regulars killed at the line of control? They've done so in the past, and this time top army sources telling India Today that two bodies in our possession. Pictures have been given to us. One of them has been identified as Naik Anwar of the SSG. He's an SSG commando. What does this indicate? And they were carrying incendiaries along with regular weapons and explosives.
Gaurav, the normal standard operating procedure is that if these are irregulars, then they are disavowed. If they are regulars, then sometimes they are disavowed. But sometimes the Pakistanis will indulge in dissemble and claim that these were inadvertent border crossings by people who were on patrolling duty, and that the Indians, and then is the chor kotwal ko dante kind of a scene, that they will then try and present it as that the Indians were very bloody-minded about the whole thing and that they shot these guys dead, and then they'll demand the body. So, that's the game they normally play. But I think what Kamal said in the earlier part of this program, that it really exposes, the kind of double games and double speak from the Pakistani side, that are on one side, in all international forums and in all public forums, they keep saying that we want peace with India, that we are reaching out to India, that we want good relations and normal relations with India. But behind the scenes, it's the same old dirty games which continue to be played by them.
Yes.
And which is why, for anybody in India, they're clearly living in cuckoo land if they think that actually, Imran Khan is a man with whom we can do business, or he's a man who's genuinely interested in peace. Even the very presumption or assumption that he's a guy who's in control in Pakistan and who actually calls the shots in Pakistan and makes policy, I think is just too ridiculous to be taken seriously.
Oh, absolutely. But Kamal, as far as our own soldiers at the line of control are concerned, this is a huge success. Not only did they foil the attempt, they've recovered two bodies, and one of them happens to be a Pakistan Army regular commando, is what sources are telling India Today. It's a huge success also because an Uri 2.0, God forbid, that Uri 2.0 has been averted.
Well, definitely, even if Pakistan says there are no non-state actors, remember these are people who've been caught in uniform. Obviously, the bodies have been recovered by the Indian Army. There will be a process where there would be a hotline where they would be told to take the bodies back. But Pakistan has always had the issue of deniability, saying they're obviously going to try and pin the blame back on India. But very clearly, the past intelligence and the network itself has shown that Pakistan has been at it to bleed India by 1,000 cut. This is an old stated policy of Pakistan, and what we know is the number of weapons and explosives and assault rifles which have been recovered itself shows that there is a plan in mind. And remember, along with that is also the improvised explosive device.
Yes.
What were these people doing at the line of control, especially at a clear juncture? This is a lot of questions which will be raised. But remember, once caught, there is always an issue of deniability which Pakistan is going to seek. But remember, India has to keep the vigil alert. There has to be, and remember, in the past, we have seen near the New Year's itself, as I mentioned to you, a series of terror attacks have taken place since 2014. So India can't let the guards down and can't let Pakistan really take the escape route.
And December, January are 2 months. You're spot on, Kamal. These are months that Pakistan resorts to these terror attacks, and I want to bring in Major General G.D. Bakshi. General Bakshi, Pakistan Army regulars, SSG commandos killed, bodies recovered. Apart from their arms and ammunition, they were also carrying incendiaries. It's a cause for very serious concern. While we celebrate the fact that our army succeeded in killing these terrorists, there was cover fire provided by the Pakistan Army using rocket launchers and mortars, General.
Gaurav, a very great tragedy has been averted today. This was a set-piece attack to avenge all the terrorists that have been killed recently by our army as part of their Operation All Out. It seemed to be a deliberately well-planned, maneuver. There was small arms fire, mortar fire, rocket launcher fire from across the border to keep the heads of our boys pressed down while they went for one of the isolated posts. They were hoping that because of the heavy snowfall, these boys would be all, huddled inside their bunkers and not be able to respond. And they would have gotten away by slaughtering them, by cutting away a few heads and taking back. They got their comeuppance. The SSG and the others have been shot.
Yes.
Those who came along with the terrorists, and a major ghastly tragedy has been averted. But, Gaurav, what I would like to point out is Pakistan, though it mouths slogans of peace, this is what they are doing.
Yes.
We have to look closely at their actions and not at the words of Imran Khan.
Absolutely,
and I'm afraid
General.
the intent is very dangerous. They are spreading the arc of terror from J&K. They are trying to bring it back into the Punjab. And
J.D. Bakshi, Sushant Sareen, stay on with me. Hamza, stay on with me. There's more breaking news that's coming in.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.